this in his book, Manazir al-Akhirah, mean life after death. And in this book, in the chapter of Mi'raj, he says when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, when he went to the heavens, he seen a strange angel. This angel did not have wings. Instead of wings, he had hands. 10,000 hands. Arms, hands, and then fingers. So Rasulullah went up to him and he said, what is your job? What is it that you do? You're very different from the different angels. No wings, 10,000 arms. He said, oh Rasulullah, I'm an accountant. I take account of things. For instance, the raindrops. From day one, since the earth has been created, I take account how many drops and where do they fall. On the mountains, on barren land, on the seas, wherever they are. So Rasulullah asked him, is there something that you cannot take account of? He said, Ya Rasulullah, yes there is. When there is a gathering, and in this gathering, salawat is recited upon you and your progeny, I cannot take account. That reward is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And don't worry about your numbers tonight. Don't worry about your numbers. Because tonight is the zikr of Askari. Army, I will tell you why he is Askari. So don't worry about why is he Askari. Inshallah we will talk as we go on. I recited the blessed verse of Surah Tahrim, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe. Now, the way the Quran is, obviously, Imam Ali says, then when you want to talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you pray namaz. And when you want Allah to talk to you, you recite the Quran. Both are living miracles. We are not just left. So when we want to talk to Allah, we pray. When Allah, we want to see what Allah wants to say to us, we recite the Quran. And in the Quran, Allah always addresses the mu'mineen. Whenever the people, a group has been addressed, it's Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. So the first step for all of us is to believe. First step. And both of these things, Innal insana lafi khusr, illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihat. First step is to believe and then to do the deeds, to do the actions. It's a misconception. If someone thinks he cannot believe and do the deeds, there's no point. For instance, if he doesn't have wilaya, all he needs, prays, fast, hajj, everything is a waste. And likewise, if you believe and no action, then you are also in loss. Because these go hand in hand. They're with each other. So in this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O you who believe, protect who? Who means protect. Protect anfusakum, yourself, wa ahlikum. It's very different, strange here. And your families, nara, from the hellfire. It's a very important message in this verse. Allah does not say just you come to majalis, just you stand on the prayer mat, just you go for hajj or ziyarah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying you and your family. If you ask anybody here why he's working 7 days a week, or why he goes so far, why he works so hard, he will say for my children. He says, I have enough for myself, or I have enough money for my 10, 15 years, but I want a better future for my children. This love of yours is ibadah also, don't get me wrong. Any halal rizq is ibadah, right? 9 out of 10 worship is halal rizq. But it's superficial if you do not teach your children religion. This life in this world, even your children's life, how long is it going to be? 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. But you are worried to give them a bright future. You You want to give them everything you can to the best of your ability. What about the life that is forever?
Forever life. What about that?
You will come to the majlis, but you will leave your son home. He's got school tomorrow. Or whatever reason. You are not paying attention to bringing your children this is a university. This is a Hussaini university for all age groups. So if you don't bring your children here, or if you don't have Quranic classes, religious classes, you're more worried about their upbringing in the material world. You want them to become an engineer, a doctor, a professor, blah, 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 whatever you want. Nothing wrong in it. It's okay, but you're ignoring the second side. Recite salawat, please. So Allah says, I don't just want you to save yourself. Save your children also. Now what I want to talk today about is about ijtihad and taqleed. Inshallah we will, towards the end, talk about the virtues of Imam Hasan al-Askari. But before that, this topic is very important because, you know, the sixth Imam alayhi salam was asked that how do you know a person's Hajj is maqbool, is accepted. Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam said, look at him, what he was before going to Hajj and what he is after Hajj. If he has changed, it means his Hajj is accepted. And if he has not changed, he's the same person who went for Hajj and he came back the same, it means his Hajj has not been accepted. Same for Ziyarah. If you go for Ziyarat of Imam Hussain or Ziyarat of Imam Raza and you come back the same, for instance, for example, a lady didn't do hijab, or a person didn't have a beard, or he didn't pray, and he comes back the same, it means his Ziyarat has not been accepted. The same thing for Majalis. Today is Al-Wida Ya Hussain, tonight. Tomorrow is the last day. From the Chandrat, from the eve of the first of Muharram, you have been saying, crying out, Ya Hussain. You have had many scholars, one better than the other. But is there a change inside you? If there is no change inside you, sorry to say, it's a waste. This is not Hussainiyat. From day one till tonight, there should have been a revolution inside you.
Nare
Hey, Allah Akbar. Isa. Ya Rasulullah. Ya Allah.
Know your religion, follow the seerah of your Aimma. Now, if one might say, I do respect the Aimma, I come to these majalis, this is me showing respect. Ihtaram. Yeah? Who doesn't respect the Aimma? This is not what the maqsad of this majalis is. Is there anyone who cannot respect the Aimma? Even their enemies, even animals have respect for Aimma. Your job is ma'rifah. To know your Imam, to imitate. I'll give you an example. Tonight is about Imam Hasan al-Askari. Imam's slave Shakiri, he narrates, the once a group of Abbasids, they had their courtyard meeting, and in it they said, we will dishonor Imam Hasan al-Askari. So they're all sitting. I'm going to discuss later on what time it was for Imam Hasan al-Askari, but just to show the respect. They all said, when Imam Hasan al-Askari enters, we will not stand, we will not talk to him, we will call him direct by his name, and we will dishonor him. But such was the majesty of Hasan al-Askari. When he walked in, it said even the animals stopped breathing. Nobody could breathe. They all stood up and they made a place for Imam Hasan al-Askari. Although they didn't want to. So how can no one respect them? Your job is not respect. Your job is the ma'rifah of the Imam. And how can you get, for instance, tonight is for the 11th Imam. How can you have ma'rifah when you don't know his life? When you don't know what he stood for? What did he do? No harm. I know we mostly talk in our majalis about Imam Ali. There's no harm in it. But there's 12 Alis. We should know all of them.
MashaAllah.
That's one aspect, different aspects for different Alis, different time age, different era, different difficulties they face, which we will discuss inshallah. So tonight I wanted to talk about ijtihad and taqleed. What is this ijtihad and what is taqleed? It's very, very simple, but for some people it became very ambiguous, very difficult that why should I do this? What is this? Now this ijtihad and taqleed itself is related to Imam Hasan al-Askari. You know how? Because whenever one Imam went, passed away, martyred, there was another Imam. But after Hasan al-Askari, no one saw Imam Zamana, the 12th Imam. Nobody saw him except very, very special ashab. So the occultation, even when Imam Zamana is born, only the few people know, only the very close companions know. But Imam Hasan Askari's job was to tell them who the Imam is after him and how to live in the minor and the major occultation. So Imam Hasan Askari's job was this, to tell, and this ijtihad and taqleed is related to that. Besides Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
We have a terminology which is istinbat. Istinbat meaning istikhraj. Now what does this mean? This means to derive Islamic law from its sources. Now mashallah, it's been 1400 years of Islam. We don't have our Imam present in front of us. It's an occultation. So how do we get the laws of Islam? Now, istinbat is to derive it. Now ijtihad. Ijtihad comes from the word juhad. Juhad means to struggle, to strive. Now a mujahid is the one who is struggling. That's mujahid. Mujahid fi sabilillah, anyone who earns halal rizq and avoids the haram, he is mujahid fi sabilillah. So the mujtahid is the one who is striving to extract Islamic law from its sources. The hadith, Quran, ijma, consensus of ulama, and aql. In ahadith it is said that we have two ways of guidance, right? Two messengers. One are the apparent messengers, the 124,000 that have been sent, and one is the hidden, that is aql. فَأَلْهَمَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. We have told your senses, you can judge between right and wrong. Now, what has happened is that because the Imam is in occultation, what is our duty? This mujtahid, he doesn't know me, I don't know him. Why should I follow him? He may be Iranian, Iraqi. I'm born in Scotland, I'm from Pakistani origin. I've never met him. Why should I follow him? I don't know him, and neither does he know of my existence. What is happening here? Now, I am not responsible for my being. The 7 billion people that are living on this earth, Allah has created them. When Allah has created you, He has created you with a goal. You are not created in vain. Your goal is perfection. Now the sending of the books of the Anbiya is for man to achieve perfection. Now how do we achieve this perfection? By following the religion. Now I want to follow religion on my own account. I want to read the Quran, translated, and some ahadith books. Then my parents tell me, pray, fast, and that's me. So why can't I not just do what I want? If you were to act upon all the knowledge which you have got by reading one tafsir, some ahadith, that will not account for more than 20 to 30% of your religion. I'll give you an example. Aqimus Salat. Pray. Now I'm praying, you will have problems, and I'm in my third rakat, I forget which rakat I'm in. Aqimu Salat, pray. Now what do I do now? I'm in the third rakat, I forgot. What should I do? Should I break my prayer, start again? Should I take the third? Should I take the fourth? I don't know. Perfume, there's alcohol in it. Drinking alcohol is haram. But can I use this as an aftershave? Can I use it as a perfume? Many other things. You will not be able to decide what should you do. So what we say is that you have 4 situations. You have to take one. I hope you are not bored. Okay. One of 4 situations. First situation is I don't care. First situation is I'm not bothered. I do what I understand. Like if, for instance, I go to a restaurant and the guy is a Muslim but he doesn't pray, I'm not bothered. Doesn't concern me. So what happens is, because of this, you know 20-30% you are jahil from the 70%. You will not attain perfection. Second stage is that I act on precaution. That everything I see, can I do this, can I not? For instance, I go in KFC, I want to eat the chicken and someone says to me, just recite Bismillah and eat it. But I say, no, it's not halal, so I'm not going to eat it. But living in the West, if you act too cautious on ihtiyat, there is nothing that you can do. Every second thing there will be a problem. Now the third thing is that you pack your bag and you go to Najaf or Qum. And then you study there 20 years, 30 years, and then you have the understanding, and then you can come back and you don't need anybody else. Now the fourth and the last thing is taqleed. You follow someone who is an expert in religious affairs and you take your religion from there. Recite salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
So taqleed means, just as for instance, you want to buy a property, you go to a lawyer. It's your money, you have to pay him also. You have to pay him also, but he will do your affairs, he knows the ins and outs. Anything else, you want to start a new business, anything you want to go, you're ill, you go to a doctor, he's an expert. So just like that, in your religious matters, you refer to expert in religious law. Now one might say that, who do I follow? Who do I follow? There are some criteria for that person who you can follow. For instance, he is male. No disrespect to women, but the position of marja'iyat is such that a woman cannot, she can become a mujtahid, Bintul Huda. Bintul Huda is also a very learned lady. She can become a mujtahid, but she cannot become a marja. So, male, adil, legitimate birth, and as Imam Hasan al-Askari alayhi salam said, muti'an li'amri mawla. He doesn't follow his whims. He looks and he follows Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he is just in his derivation of the law. One might say that he's not masoom. The marja, he can make mistakes. There's a lot to say, but I'll just say this one event and move on to Imam Hasan al-Askari, that once those who say that he is not masoom, so why should he make a mistake? So the Imam knew this also. The 12th Imam knows also that these are not masoom. Sheikh Mufid, he died in the year 412 AH, Islamic calendar. He's a great marja of his time. And as most marjas, he was very busy, people coming to him day in, day out, asking for verdicts. So once when he was sitting, a man came, and he was out of breath, and he's saying, there's been a situation in my village, just outside Baghdad. And what has happened, that a lady has died. And in that lady's stomach, there is a baby. And as we know, once she's a lady, there. Secondly, she's dead. And in our religion, a dead person has a lot of respect. You can't just touch them. So half of the people are saying, cut the stomach, take the baby out, save the life. And half the people are saying, no, she's a mu'mina, she's a believer, how can we cut her stomach? So the people don't know what to do. So, oh Sheikh Mufid, you tell me what to do. So Sheikh Mufid said that she is mu'mina, she's a lady, so it's best just to bury her. And then Sheikh Mufid went on, this man went away. After about 4 or 5 years, the same man comes again. And this time he has a 4-year boy with him. And this 4-year-old boy, when he sits, the person says to Sheikh Mufid, you know this 4-year-old boy? Sheikh Mufid says, no. Thousands of people come to him, he's a grand marja. He says, you're the one who saved this boy's life. You don't remember me? Sheikh Mufid says, no, I don't remember you. He said, I came and I asked you, the baby's in the lady's womb, what should we do? First you said, just bury the lady. But when I reached my village, a man came on horseback and he said, oh man, Sheikh Mufid has changed his fatwa. He says, now take the baby out. It's more important to save the baby's life. Now Sheikh Mufid remembers, he never sent such man. His fatwa was wrong. Now he's puzzled. He leaves giving any fatwa. And for many days, he doesn't meet anyone. He says, oh Mufid, he speaks to himself, because of you, a woman would have died. Because of your mistake, he didn't do it deliberately. Because of his mistake, a woman would have died. So he stopped giving fatwas. Now Sheikh Mufid, as most ulama do at their time, used to go for ziyarat of Najaf. So he stands outside the city waiting, because in the olden days used to travel in groups, waiting for someone to accompany him. A man comes and then they accompany and they're walking towards Najaf. So this man, Sheikh Mufid, you know, kind of company you have, the same talk is discussed. So they talk about religion. And Sheikh Mufid, the grand Sheikh Mufid, he thinks nobody is more knowledgeable than him. But this man is so knowledgeable. He has so many answers to so many questions. And then Sheikh Mufid said, if someone existed like this, I would have known. Just to stop here, there's a question. Is Imam Zaman invisible or he can't be recognized? Is he invisible or he can't be recognized? Imam Zaman is both. When he wants, he's invisible, and when he wants, he can't be recognized. So Sheikh Mufid figures out that it can be no one else. And then your Imam, he says, oh Sheikh Mufid, why have you stopped giving fatwa? He said, oh Mawla, I made a mistake. And because of my mistake, a woman would have died. The Imam replies to him, your job is to give the fatwa, our job is to correct you when you do So don't doubt the variation of the fatwas, and inshallah, maybe another time we will talk more about it. So tonight, we gather in the remembrance of Imam Al-Hasan Al-Askari. This Imam was born in a very difficult time. Before I go on, some virtues of the Imam. His name is Al-Hasan. Al-Hasan is taken from Husn, Husn, which means beauty. And even in the Aimma, there are only two Hassans. One is Hassan ibn Ali, and the second is Hasan al-Askari. Both of them, their title is Zaki, Az-Zaki. Az-Zaki is their title. Zaki means to grow. Zakat, namu. We think that by spending our wealth, giving out zakat, it will get less. No, Allah says it will grow. Both these Imams, their title is Az-Zaki. Now Imam Hassan, his progeny is so vast that we understand that he is Zaki. That from one Hassan, There's millions now, Hasni Sabad. But Imam Hassan al-Askari, his one son, his life is so long that he is also a son.
MashaAllah.
I said to you, I'll tell you that how he is al-Askari. Al-Askari means army. He is one man, and yet he is given the title al-Askari. Now we know fine well the titles of the Aima are not a coincidence. It's not just that they've been given this title without any reason. Imam lived in a very difficult time, and as the brother said, that those Abbasids, all they done was terrorize the Imams. So now this Mu'tamad, he wanted to show the Imam his power. So he ordered 100,000 sacks of wheat to be placed, and him on top of it, and 90,000 troops, Turkish troops, which were armed till the teeth. Some people say, what is the proof of the Imama of Hazrat Hassan al-Askari? Now, the Islamic world at that time was from almost China to Morocco, superpower. And yet, who they're trying to terrorize? One man, Hassan al-Askari. This is the dalil of his Imama, that just superpower wants to terrorize one man who has done no crime. They tried to play a trick on Imam Hassan al-Askari, say that you come for this parade and you do the dua. Like normally we say to the scholars, come to my house and you do the dua. So Imam Hassan al-Askari came. But what Mu'tamad wanted to do is say that if you revolt against me, this is my army. 90,000 men, done the guard of honor and salute to Mu'tamad. So the Imam addresses his Mu'tamad. Araitani Jundak, O Mu'tamad, have you shown me your army? Is that it? He says, yes. Then he says, let me show you my army.
No.
Ashara ila sama, Imam Hassan al-Askari, he pointed towards the skies. It is said that angels were descending from the skies.
MashaAllah.
That's why he is called al-Askari, because his army is of angels. 84 battles Imam Ali fought with Rasulullah, 3 after him. 5,000 angels came in the battle of Badr. Yet such an army had never came of angels, have never came before. The same army was present in the funeral of Imam Hassan al-Askari. Besides Allah.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
The 9th Imam, 25-year-old. The 10th Imam, 41 years old. And this Imam, the 11th Imam, 28 years old. All the time, they were martyred so young. This Ma'mun al-Larashi, this Ma'mun, they knew fine well that 12 will come. He named one of his son Mahdi. Ma'mun. He named one of his son Mahdi. And he was a stupid guy. And Imam Raza, he said he is Mahdi al-Abbasi. Because he used to call him Mahdi. Oh Mahdi, come, oh Mahdi. But he was a stupid man. So Imam Raza said he's Mahdi Abbasi, not Mahdi the promised one. So at the year of just 4 years old, the Imam, he went with his father to Samarra. He was only 4 years old. And his life, it can be said, is all house arrest. Either prison or either house arrest. In his childhood, it is said that once he was crying. Imam Hassan al-Askari was crying. And a man came and he said, oh child, why are you crying? His other children, they're playing. Should I buy you a toy? So Imam Hassan al-Askari said that we have not been created to play. The man was astounded. He said, okay, then why are we created? He said, we are created for ilm and ibadah. The man said, you're just a young boy. Why are you crying from hellfire? You haven't sinned yet. Imam Hassan al-Askari said, I see my mom, when she's going to lit the fire, she burns the small sticks first, then they burn the bigger sticks. Only 4-year-old Imam. One of the miracles of this Imam, like I said, his life was in prison or house arrest. Even Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam didn't have Even Imam Sadiq didn't have 40,000 students. His job, this Imam, his slaves say that we seen him do 2 things. Either worshipping or either writing. 2 things he done continuously. And when he was writing, he was reading books. One of his students, Fazl ibn Shahban, he wrote 180 books. Imam read all of them and he sang them. Because he's preparing for the occultation. No one's going to see the 12th Imam. It was this Imam's job to have ulama, to have jurists, to guide the people in the occultation. Once Imam was playing or something, it is said he fell in the well. And Imam Ali al-Hadi, he was praying. The woman started screaming. But the Imam Ali al-Hadi, he finished his prayer. When he finished his prayer, the water rose and Imam Hassan al-Askari came out from it. Recite salawat. As we were speaking earlier, Brother Karbala, all schools of thought are being created against the Aima. Every single one of them. Ziddul Aima. One school of thought, 2 things I'll say. Once this guy, he wrote a book for 20 years. It wasn't published, but he was writing, his name was Ishaq al-Kindi. His book was Tanaqus fil Quran. Contradiction in the Quran. And he wanted to prove that these verses, some verses are mutashabihat. I'm not going to go into the whole discussion. But he was saying that this Quran contradicts itself. He had been writing for 20 years, very learned person, and the Islamic world was fearful that what will we do if this book comes out? Who's going to answer it? So the Imam Hassan al-Askari, he trained his person. He trained one of his students and said, get close to him. When you get close to him, then you put this question in front of him. So this student, he starts serving the Sahaba. Kindi, cleaning his library, bringing him tea, doing all sorts of work, until he got close to Ishaq al-Kindi. When he got close to Ishaq al-Kindi, I said, I have a question. Ishaq al-Kindi says, okay, what's your question? He says, I know you're writing a book. Contradictions in Quran. And my question is, do you fully understand what the Mutakallam, yani Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is saying in the Quran? You know this, Ishaq al-Kindi said, who told you this question? He said, no, I came home. He said, no. Someone else, this is not you. I know you for so many years. It's not your question. Then he told, this is a question of Hassan al-Askari. And this Ishaq al-Kindi jumped in the well. People saved him, but his book was drowned, and the Islamic world was saved from a great Another school of thought is Sufism, the Tasawwuf. Its father is Hassan al-Basri. Now this Hassan al-Basri, according to some, is a very great scholar. It was said he was about 15 years old at the Battle of Siffin. And he was armed and he was walking. Some of Imam Ali's soldiers captured him. He was a young boy. Imam said, what are you up to? He says, I want to go and fight. He's going to the other side. He says, I have came to fight. But you know, there's a whisper in my ear. There's a whisper, I hear a voice. Imam said, what is this voice? He says, the voice is saying to me in this battle, Qatal and Maqtul, kill, and the one who is being killed, both will go to hellfire. In Siffin, He's saying Qatil and Maqtul both will go hellfire. So I don't know what to do. Imam Ali says to him, the one who's calling you, that's shaitan. But he is saying the truth. The side you're going to fight from, the killer and the one killed, both are in hellfire. He's the father of this Sufism. And Imam al-Hasan al-Askari also answered many questions. One question which was in the time of Mamun al-Rashid. This question was, is the Quran Khaliq or Makhluk? It's a very, very deep discussion, but Imam Hasan al-Askari, he answered it in just one question, that everything, Allah is the creator of everything. Only Allah is Khaliq, everything else is Makhluk. Whether it's Quran or anything else, besides Salawat. So the Abbasid rule, the Abbasid rule was that the 12th doesn't come. So they started right early from the 10th, having house arrest, spying on their women. They even sent their women to see what's happening. And because Imam Hasan al-Askari is the 11th Imam, he was totally under house arrest or in prison. One of his prison, the jailer was Saleh, and he put Imam in a basement which is set about 70 steps down. And they put a rock at the mouth of the basement. So the Imam would not know it's day or night. And very little food. And it is said food and water, very, very little. It is said sometimes the Imam prayed with the young. And then there were two big bodyguards, wrestlers, who were told to torture the Imam. But you know what happens? These two wrestlers or bodyguards, they became abidin. They became worshippers. When they were asked, you were told to whip him, and you have started praying and fasting. They said, how can we whip someone who fasts all day and prays all night? Then they changed him to another jail. And as like Brother Karbala was saying, in this jail, this man hated Ali Ali. He absolutely hated. And same again, no water, no nothing. And then his wife, she said to him, you're going to burn in hell. What has this man done to you? He says, okay, I'll finish him off. Then he threw Imam Hasan al-Askari to wild animals. And then he looked through a glass door himself, and he sees that the Imam is praying, and all the animals, they are kissing the feet. This is Imam Hasan al-Askari. They were trying to terrorize him. So the 12th isn't born. And the Imam did his best to hide the birth of the 12th. And I'm not going to go into the birth of the 12th Imam, but the Imam did introduce to close companions the Imam, the 12th Imam, because they asked him that who is the Imam after you. In the year 260, it is said, 8th Rabi Awwal, is when the Imam, a servant came from the Abbasids and said, make sure that he eats this food. Imam took a few morsels, a few bites, and he said, that's enough. The servant said, I've been told you eat it all. Imam says, tell your king his job is done. Imam al-Hasan al-Askari turns yellow. He calls his servant. He says, oh servant, take my son to this old man's house. Protect my son. Protect the 5-year-old. The servant asked, whose house is this that you're asking me to take this 5-year-old? Imam says, it is the house of one of the sons of Abbas. The progeny of Abbas will always protect Imam. It is said that when Mukhtar, he took Khali, he captured him, and he asked Khali, oh La'in, what did you do on the day of Ashura? He said, I'll tell you 3 things which I did, but you won't be able to bear them. Mukhtar sat on the floor and he said, tell me what you did. He says, I was late in arriving in Karbala. and I seen that there is a 4-year, 5-year-old girl, and she's wearing gold earrings. And I see that people try to go towards her, but then they turn away. I thought that I haven't gathered much, so I ran towards this girl, and I put my hands to take the earrings. The girl says, "Give me a second. I will give you my earrings." He said, "I couldn't wait, so I ripped her ears. When I ripped her ears, the only thing she said, 'Ya Abbas, Ya Amma, oh Abbas.'" He says, secondly, when I entered the tent of Zainul Abidin, I grabbed his bed, I pulled his mattress underneath it. And when Zainul Abidin woke up, he said, "Ya Abbas." Thirdly, he said, I tried to take the chadar of Zainab. I couldn't pull the chadar, so I just used my spear. When the chadar came off, she shouted, "Ya Abbas." Imam couldn't sit on his bed, he came on the floor. When he came on the floor, he cried and he said, "Only if I could see you one more time." And your 12th Imam, the 5-year-old, he entered the room. He said, "Oh Baba, I've came to see you." Imam Hasan al-Askari kissed his forehead. He put his cheek with him. Then he said, "Oh son, Mu'tamad is about to come, please you leave." It is said that doctors were called, ulama were called, just to show off that there's been no torture, while we clearly know that the Imam was poisoned. Imam was given ghusl, he was given kafan, he was given ghusl, he was given kafan, and a 5-year-old led his prayers. I will say, "Oh Imam Hasan al-Askari, I know you were dishonored, I know you were in prison, I know you were oppressed, but look towards Karbala. Mawla Hussain, 3 days, no kafan, no burial." Your Imam, 4th Imam, Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, he was asked, "Oh Imam, whenever the name of Hussain is mentioned, whenever your father's name is mentioned, you turn yellow, why is it so?" He says, "Whenever his name is mentioned, I remember when I came to my father's body. His ribs had been smashed, his body had been trampled." It is said that 8th of Safar was the day that this caravan reached Medina. Lady Zainab, she told Imam Zainul Abidin to camp just outside Medina. And then the people of Medina, they came out to see the Imam Zainul Abidin and all the ladies. So Lady Zainab, she said this thing to Imam Zainul Abidin. Listen to this, what she said. She said, "Oh Imam, oh son of my brother, when Abdullah ibn Jafar comes, when my husband comes, don't tell him the details of Karbala. Tell him Akbar was martyred. Tell him Qasim was martyred. Tell him Ali Asghar was martyred. Tell him Hussain was martyred. But don't tell them my chadar was. Don't tell them I was praying from Bazar. Don't tell him that I entered the courtyard of Yazid." It is said that when Zainab, she came to the shrine of Rasulullah, she came and she said, "Oh Rasulullah, we have came, I am your daughter." Whenever someone travels, they bring back some gifts. When a traveler comes back, they bring back some gifts. She revealed her wrists and she said, "These are the gifts your Ummah has given me." She placed the shirt of Hussain on the grave of Rasulullah. It is said that the grave shook. When the grave shook, Lady Zainab said, oh grandfather, I just placed Hussein's shirt on your grave. But I, Zainab, watched shimmer on Hussein's back. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. سيعلم الذين ظلموا من يؤمن